Hello, so we're back with Call of Cthulhu, Chapter 6, The Hawkins Mansion again. um, so, Pierce woke up in an asylum installed in the cellars of the Riverside Institute. He met Dr. Colden, a female friend of Bradley, who helped him to escape. Wandering through the corridors of this place where Dr. Fuller reigns supreme, Pierce was able to talk to a man called Francis Sanders. Before dying in full view of the detective, he accused Sarah Hawkins of being the cause of his torments. Pierce finally left the accursed building, accompanied by Bradley and Colden. The companions in misfortune decide to use the Hawkins mansion as a hideout. I'm not sure I would use it as a hideout. It's a very creepy place. Right, let's go. Oh my lord, the squid thing has eyeballs.
Who goes there? That nightmare again. I need a drink.
I'm not sure you do, mister. Oh, it's all light in here now. It's much nicer. See, we should have come here in the daytime. And weirdly, it looks much tidier. There are no books all over the stairs and things. They've had a tidy up, I think.
You're awake, Mr. Pierce. How do you feel?
Did I sleep long?
Bradley.
The day is only starting. It's fine.
Bradley's alive. I'm so happy about it.
How's our fugitive? Dr. Fuller hasn't reported your disappearance to the force, but that'll come soon.
Bradley?
Who else would it be?
Mr. Pierce, are you all right? You look like you saw a ghost.
There are things I can't explain.
Tell us. What happened?
I can't say that for some reason. Charles was alive.
What I'm sure of now is that the Hawkins case isn't just an accident.
And what brings you to that conclusion?
The fact that Charles Hawkins survived the fire.
I don't understand. Mr. Hawkins was buried.
That's what he would have you believe.
I have a hard time believing you.
You were there, Bradley. You even opened fire on him.
I'd remember that.
Why would he fake his own death? Do you think he covered up his wife's murder?
That's possible.
Seems hard to swallow. Don't you have anything more concrete, Pierce?
And
I
then?
found a Darkwater PD badge. Lost a colleague recently?
What the...
Bradley.
Ethan?
I'm all right. I just had a... It's gone.
You're sure?
If it's important, it'll come back. But I can't explain why Dr. Fuller would have that badge.
The man's a danger, believe me.
What can we do, Pierce?
Your memory seems to be failing you. I can't ask some of these. It's very annoying.
Bradley, what do you remember?
I don't understand your question.
The night we went into the Hawkins mansion. You don't seem to remember the tunnels and what occurred there.
No memory of going down any tunnel. No, we were in the manor, then,
Then what?
The rest is quite blurry. I don't recall how I came back home.
And then?
I went to visit you at the hospital and called on Marie's help to get you released.
And you don't remember the events of the tunnel?
I don't. Let's talk about something else.
Poor Bradley. Why can't I ask these? I'm not quite clever enough, I guess.
Seems you two know each other pretty well.
It's a tiny island. Everyone knows everyone. Especially since I'm a police officer and Marie's a doctor.
The chemistry is obvious.
I do seem a little
Is
bit
it?
stupid, don't I? Anyway, Let's get back to the business at hand.
Aw, Bradley's got a girlfriend.
I have flashbacks. They haunt me.
What did they do to you?
There was that Dr. Fuller and a nurse. Blood everywhere. My legs, the pain, I couldn't bear it. I was screaming. They injected me with something. I woke up at the Institute. Bradley was there.
And how you scared us. You seemed demented.
You likely woke up during the anesthesia. No wonder those memories haunt you. What in God's name were they doing to you?
What happened afterwards?
When I woke up the second time, I was in a padded cell. That's where you found me, Doctor. After you released me, I got a good look at what's in store for the patients of the Riverside Institute. Hallucinogenic gas pumped into the cells. An infernal machine. Horrific medical experiments.
Impossible. Dr. Fuller would never do such a thing.
You should believe it, Ethan. What
Yes,
Mr. Pierce
Bradley.
saw is precisely what I've been trying to prove. Did you discover anything else?
I met a Francis Sanders. Do you know him?
Of course, he's a patient. Or was. I haven't seen him since Dr. Fuller had him transferred to the basement.
He knew Sarah Hawkins, and that's what killed him.
What? How did he die?
I'm not sure I can explain it.
Tell me how Mr. Sanders died.
I didn't see what, but something was there with us.
Of what do you speak?
Sanders said it was Sarah Hawkins' visitor. He spoke of it like a living being.
Sarah Hawkins? Have I missed something here?
Bradley, get with
This
the
makes no
fucking-
sense. I don't see how it can help crack the Hawkins case.
You really think she's involved? How could she have murdered Mr. Sanders?
Francis Sanders mentioned Mrs.
Bradley.
Hawkins just before dying. It's no coincidence.
You know, Francis Sanders was a well-known art collector. I guess you can still pay a visit to his wife, Irene Sanders.
An art collector, you say? That's probably how they met.
If you plan on having dinner at the Sanders household, please spare the widow the tale of her late husband's suffering.
I don't agree. She deserves the truth.
But that truth may be biased. We don't know the bottom of it.
We'll tell her the truth. Although
He's
Bradley's a
You
bit of an
can't
idiot,
ignore
really.
the truth.
But it could drive her mad.
Better
Oh,
madness
this will affect your
ignorance.
destiny.
Very well. I'll go to see Francis.
They didn't
at
tell me
once.
that was going to affect my...
Perhaps I'll find a link between her husband's death and Sarah Hawkins.
Don't end up in the hospital this time.
They didn't tell me that was
I'll do
going
my best.
to affect my destiny. My lord. I wonder if there's anything I can find that will make my occult and stuff go up so I can ask him those questions I'm missing, because it's really annoying. Yeah, it's so tidy in here now. Well, compared to what it was. It's not the way out. Oh, I'm not allowed to jump off there. Okay, I've got to go and speak to Mrs. Sanders then, I suppose. Shame, because there are things I can't ask them because my level's not high enough. I don't know what I've done wrong, really. Pierce, Colden and Bradley decided to team up to solve the Sarah Hawkins case. They have a new trail to follow: Francis Sanders, an art collector and a friend of the painter, who died right in front of Pierce. The detective goes to his house in order to speak to his widow about the shambler that the unfortunate man mentioned before he died. Okay, enter madness.
What can I do for you, sir?
Mrs. Sanders, I'm a private detective. We must talk about your husband and his ties to Sarah Hawkins. Can I come in?
You may. However, before we go any further, please know that my husband died yesterday.
That is precisely what brings me.
Oh,
Well, well, look who's here.
I thought she didn't know me.
You know each other.
Our paths crossed, briefly. The brave detective has a talent for sticking his nose into my business.
I bump into her every time I'm investigating someone's death.
It's a small island, detective. My island. It's better that it's you bumping into me.
You're investigating Francis' death. Why? Who hired you?
I spoke to Francis before he died. His story suggests a link to a case I'm working on.
Well, since this business has got nothing to do with me, I'll be in your husband's office, Irene. We'll carry on later.
Very well, Miss Baker. This way, Mr. Pierce. And do make yourself comfortable. It would seem that you have much to tell me.
That woman cat is so funny. I find her hilarious.
May I inquire as to when you had the opportunity to talk to my husband?
Yesterday, I met him at the hospital. He spoke to me about Sarah Hawkins.
Oh, of course he spoke to you about her. That's all he talked about. Sarah Hawkins and her paintings.
The subtitles
Please
aren't
forgive
very
my tone.
accurate in this game.
The fact is that I have not been allowed to see him since he was interned. You, on the other hand, a perfect stranger, were able to see him and even talk with him the day he died. How was he? Were you present when he had this attack? What happened?
You must not feel guilty.
What happened to your husband is terrible, Mrs. Sanders. But from what I saw, it was inevitable. The man I met yesterday had lost his reason. He suffers no longer, if you would allow me such a platitude.
Of course. Thank you for your kind words. Nobody in that hospital would have deigned to speak them to me. However, it will require more than that to soothe my mind. I need to understand. How could this happen? In a reputed institute? And right before your eyes? Did you not do anything to help him?
It wasn't me who sent him there. The true culprit is Phil. Share your grief. Test and see if we can get away with it. She might not believe us. Let's go for
Mrs.
it.
Sanders, I understand your grief, and I extend my deepest condolences to you. But I had nothing to do with the death of your husband. I've just arrived on Darkwater. I'm investigating the death of the Hawkins family.
The death of the Hawkins family? You mean it was not an accident? This accursed island knows only tragedy after tragedy. You too would be advised to flee it like the plague. Oh, I'm tired, Mr. Pierce. I would be grateful if you could tell me what you expect of me, and then leave.
Did he speak to you of a shambler?
Did your husband talk to you about Sarah Hawkins' visitor? A shambler, to use his precise terms.
Well, you can imagine that's all he talked about. It's exhibited at the center of the gallery. No better place for the painting that endowed him with the privilege of such a shameful and miserable end to his life.
Hold on. The Shambler is a painting by Sarah Hawkins.
Who else to paint such horrors? Take a look for yourself, if you feel so inclined.
It is my only lead at this stage. I suppose I have nothing to lose.
Then you have paid no heed. For my part, I refuse to set foot in that gallery again. But if you're so eager to see it, I would urge you to make the most of your visit. Because I count on ridding myself of that thing as soon as I can.
Thank you, Mrs. Sanders. I won't be long.
Hey, look at the painting. And nose around her house while we're at it. This.
The day the Shambler came into the Sanders' lives.
Um,
Did she really care for him after all?
Dear Madam, I acknowledge receipt of the letter in which you demand the body of your deceased husband. I am sorry to inform you that I cannot agree to return his body to you at the moment of his internment. You signed a discharge allowing me to dispose of his body as I see fit. I extend my deepest condolences to you, Thomas Fuller. Oh, he's a dodgy one, isn't he? Okay. So what, she just wants to... Oh. It's got like that thing to do reenactment.
Francis Sanders and Sarah Hawkins were close. Friends, even?
Well, his wife actually seems to hate her. Maybe they were having were. I know this one looks like it's been...
A house of artists. Sanders' accession register. He wrote beside the Shambler, "Finally." What did Sarah Hawkins fear so much that she didn't want to sell the painting?
Cursed, that's what. It must be behind it.
He finally won. Was Sanders aware of his imminent doom?
Why did he want it so much? Look at the state of it. It's weird. It's not even...
She despises Sarah Hawkins, but it's the painting she truly hates. Why?
Who wouldn't hate it?
She first refused to sell the painting. How did that make her feel? The Shambler. I need to see it.
Why do you want to see it? I don't think we should be looking at it. To be honest with you, mister.
Let's see what this cylinder has to say once it's inserted in a phonograph.
We're being very nosy, aren't we? She doesn't seem to mind.
Irene, I made a mistake. I fear that it might be too late for me. Nobody should enter, except to burn everything. I never had the courage. Pay somebody to do it. He's inside my head. I see him behind my eyelids each time I shut my eyes.
Wife to burn the house down. Is that what I got from that?
I can't take anymore. I can't hold him back. Forgive me.
That accursed gallery. Those accursed paintings. That accursed Sarah.
Okay. But if she didn't want us nosing around her house, she could have told us where the painting was, surely. Everyone has very large homes. They're angry and they have big houses.
A strange Amerindian pendant.
Like, steal everything. Everything we find that's unusual, we're like, yeah,
I
we'll
could
take
use
that.
one of those.
Taking them.
Strange. For months, Sarah Hawkins refused to part with her painting, to finally give it away for nothing.
Dear Francis, I beg you to give up all hope of ever owning this accursed painting. If our friendship has any meaning to you, please spare me the weight of guilt. I cannot be the architect of your fall. I beg you, my dear friend, forget the Shambler, your friend Sarah Hawkins. Why did he want it so much? I mean, all of her paintings are just a bit gross. Oh, look, there's a cat over there.
An old diary.
This volume has spent some time on the Reverend Wickwood's community. His wife expresses her worries about the strange dreams that the Reverend's congregation are having since their arrival on the island. Some members of the community, her husband included, began to speak of their vision as a messenger sent by God. She is scared that they will suffer the same fate as the Lost Tribe. Oh, I don't mind. Oh, we forced it open. Did you read the book? Affect my destiny again. Oh my lord. Is he... He's not going to read the book, seriously. It's a kind of encyclopedia of monstrous and unknown creatures. I'm beginning to believe that they exist.
That's twice you've stepped on my toes, Detective. Try not to make a habit of it.
I've got a lot of bad habits.
Some can be more fatal than others. What have you come looking for in this gallery?
I have a well-off client in Boston who heard about the death of Francis Sanders and wanted me to size up his estate before making an offer to his widow.
Nice story. Bad lie. Learn how to dupe, Detective. But as long as you keep out of my way, you're free to carry on with your visit.
What are you doing here?
What brings you to the Sanders home?
I'm here on business. Irene asked me to liquidate all these paintings. She doesn't intend to hang around here for long.
Why you?
Believe it or not, there aren't many collectors on Darkwater. It needs someone with a network and a means of transport to the mainland. A choice that comes down to Fitzroy and me. And I'm far more pleasant, wouldn't you say?
No. I would not. I think you're probably one of the most unpleasant people I've ever met, woman. Dissertation on an anatomical question. The work of a student in book form. Although the observations are relevant, they lack the expertise of an experienced physician. However, the questions asked allow us to imagine new ways of exploring human anatomy. Medicine. So you've leveled these up now. We could have spoken to Bradley if we come here first. That book changed my destiny. I keep getting concerned a little bit. Everything seems to be changing my destiny at the moment. Saved. Lord. No, no, no. Why can we hide? That's worrying me that we can hide. I'm not sure I like that. Do we need to hide from?
These artifacts date from pre-Columbian times.
The house is like a museum. Yeah, I know why he's looking at that. It looks like the dagger. When we picked up that dagger from those crazy people without eyes. Basement, it looked like that. Don't tell me there's one. Really wouldn't be too surprised. I see the painting. It's a shambler. Okay, before we have a look at the
The
shambler.
man transformed an entire wing of his manor into an art gallery.
Blood under this. Nice. Very creepy art gallery, isn't it? Look at these things before I look at the shambler, because the shambler is rather terrifying. that the shambler? I'm going to have a look around to the other stuff before I look at the shambler, because I've got a feeling it's not going to be good when I look at it. It's probably going to make me go insane. Because that's what seems to happen in this game. He said don't look at it. I'm sure he did when we were in the thing. I mean, Sanders tore his eyes out when he kept looking at it. Again, see, maybe daggers. Why is he always so interested in them? Don't want to hide in there. Maybe. Oh my lord. That thing comes up like a timer when you do that. Yes, what is it? I'm just concerned because there's wardrobes to hide in.
Why was he so interested in old weapons?
Yes, probably. They're all frigging nuts in this game. Including me, I think. Right. To remember where that wardrobe is. In that room over there, in case we need to hide. My lord. Oh my god. Fuck. Oh. No, 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 no. He's coming right. Yeah. Good job we memorised where that wardrobe was.
What the hell was that?
Shh. Terrifying. Oh my lord. No. Oh my god, we're gonna have to do it again. This time I need to... There was another wardrobe on the other side. This is not good, this is not good, this is not good. Why am I playing this game?
What the hell was that?
Closet, where is the closet? Where is the closet? Where is the closet? There it is, there it is, there it is. Oh my lord. We're just gonna stay in here forever. I'm not getting out of here. I'm not getting out of here. He's making far too much noise. Shh. Edward, be quiet. What on earth? You're We're trying to hide in here and he's shouting. We're not getting out. You can just stay in there and shout all you like. We're staying in here. Oh my god, it's out there. And I'm shouting. I'm making so much noise. He's gonna hear me. Why would I be in there shouting like that? I'm pretty sure the whole neighborhood can hear me. I don't think I'm supposed to stay in here, am I? I think I'm gonna have to leave here. We need to get out of here. I can hear him, I can hear him, I can hear him. Fuck. I'm so scared right now. I almost want to quit the game. Okay. I'm just thinking, there's nothing in this room apart from those knives we could look at. Maybe I need to get one of the knives. I'm just terrified though. I don't even remember where the knives were. What's this? Oh my lord. Is it gone? Is it gone? Okay.
Damn. This dagger looks different.
We got a knife. We can kill him with it. I don't know if we can kill him with it. Oh my lord. Maybe we need to get painting instead of him. I don't think we're gonna get him. He's like an evil beast. Oh my god. I don't like this. I don't like this. We've got the dagger. God, that thing, man. You don't even want to know how fast my heart was beating right then.
What's the matter with you?
Oh my lord. That was actual hell. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything
You
so
sure you
scary in
won't be
my
moving
life.
that hand? You're losing it, Detective. At this rate, you're right. The bottle will get you before I do.
You're an
You
arsehole
didn't
woman.
see anything.
I saw you within an inch of putting a dagger through your forearm. Did I miss something more interesting?
Yes. I can't say it. I was attacked.
I was attacked by a creature. I pushed it back, I think.
I think so too.
You know about the monster?
You knew. You knew about the beast.
What are you talking about? Think yourself lucky that I saved your hand, even if it was to save my goods.
You mean me?
Don't flatter yourself, sweetheart. I'm talking about the contents of this gallery. And by the way, where do you think you're going with that dagger?
It saved my life. It's an extraordinary dagger.
You should talk to Algernon Drake. He's an antique dealer here on Darkwater. He'll tell you all about it. From what I saw in the ledgers, it was him who sold it to Sanders.
And you give this information to me free of charge? Cat's not one to be nice usually, is she?
It's not your style to give me free information.
That's
like
what
that.
I said.
Take it as payment for being my canary. A simple trade-off. Now go see your antique seller. I still got things to settle with Irene.
Is nobody... Oh, I didn't. I stabbed the painting, but it's still fine. I was going to say, is no one going to say anything about me destroying the Shambler? My word, that was like... That was honestly terrifying. I honestly don't think I've ever done anything so scary in a video game in my life, ever. That was absolutely awful. My heart was beating so fast. Um, um, and next time we will move on to chapter 7, The Nameless Bookstore. So thank you ever so much for watching. That was lots of fun-ish in a way. In a way, it was horrible. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I will see you for the next one. Have a great night. Goodbye.